Mr. Burns, a.k.a. the leg of the woodshed. How did you get started into kicking, and what motivated you to want to pursue kicking?
Well, I started back in 6th grade because I wanted to play football my whole life, and I was getting bored of soccer, to be honest, and I was like, well, maybe if I try out kicker, because my dad was really wanting me to. He was really pushing me to be a kicker.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to. But then the coaches was like, I'm gonna put you as kicker. I was like, God, I got to kick another ball.
Yeah.
And then there it is. I started kicking there, and then in 7th grade, I was like, all right, I'm really starting to like this, and I started going to camps and stuff, and I was really pushing it there.
Dude, that's awesome. So, all right. So for the people who are watching this, just give us like an inside, I guess, your head about what kind of calms you down and right before you make a kick, whether it's at practice or in the games or whatnot.
Well, what goes through my head is just hit the sweet spot.
Yep.
Because hit the sweet spot, fall through. Because if I think of anything else, I'm gonna mess up.
Exactly.
Because putting too many things in my mind, it's just like you're gonna mess up.
Kicking is 90% mental.
Yeah, it's mental. Technique and mental is the only things you really need.
Absolutely. All right. So, how did you kind of earn your trust as far as with the team, with the coaches, for them to say, you know what, it's 4th down, 35-yard field goal, right hash, Jadan's got this. We're gonna throw it in there.
They really started earning my trust after the White Plains game. When I first went in there and I didn't kick at all, they were like, why is this 8th grader out there?
Right.
And they were like, oh, after that White Plains game last year, they were like, this is why he's out here.
This kid's got a boot.
Yeah. They were like, okay, that's why he's out here, because he's working his tail off all the time.
Right. That's awesome. All right. So what are some things that you just don't like hearing as far as the stigma behind being a kicker? I know one thing for me was it's the easiest position on the field. So just give me some of those.
I don't have much to say. I mean, everybody's going to talk. There's going to be haters. There's going to be jealous people.
Exactly.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, people can talk all they want. I'm going to ignore it and be me and pursue my future.
That's a great attitude to have. Because I tell you what most people don't realize is that, when you're a kicker, anyone who, whether in the stands, on the sideline, as your teammates, they all think they can kick.
Exactly.
But when it comes down to it, they realize that they can't.
And they try to do it, and they just can't do it.
Exactly. And in my opinion, kicking is probably mentally, and I don't even care about the quarterbacks, the hardest position on the field.
Yeah.
Because if you have one bad thought, you're probably going to miss the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So that mindset that you have is just outstanding, especially for how young you are. That's really, really awesome. So what do you think about people saying that kickers aren't real football players?
I mean, I put points up the board, so I can't really say much.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes. All right. So back on a positive note, what are some things you love about being a kicker?
Oh, things I love. I mean, just going out in the field, being me, and hitting bombs. I mean, it's fun.
Yes,
it's fun being me. I mean,
I hear you. That's a great mentality to have. All right. So, are you wanting to take kicking? You want to play in college?
Oh yeah. If I can go further, I'd love it. I'd love to go to the pros.
Heck yeah.
It'd be fun.
Just take it a game at a time, though.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that. That's awesome. All right. If you could have any kick in the woodshed from anywhere on the field, where are you taking it and why?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Cause I'm good at. I'll say I'm more consistent at 45 in.
Right.
But if I had a chance to kick a 50, 48, I'll take it. I mean, but more consistent. If I want to hit it for a game winner or something, I'd probably say right hash 42. I'll be happy around.
Right hash 42, because you want to get that. You got a little
Yeah,
draw at the very end.
That's
right
what
there.
I love. I just love hitting the right hash out in the line.
I hear you.
I used to like the left hash better, but then I
Mhm.
started getting more consistent from around. I'm like, oh, I'm liking this.
Yeah, because most of the time when you go to the opposite hash of your kicking leg, you're having to almost kick across the field because you have to focus on your draw.
You're thinking more rapping it. And
exactly, and then you end up
you throw your hips and it goes.
Plant foot gets off and everything like that. Heck yeah. In your opinion, is kicking more of a mental? Does it take more of a mental toll or a physical toll on you?
My opinion is mental, because like I said before, if I think anything different than sweet spot, swing through, I'm gonna mess up. But physical, I can just go out there and not think a thing and still do it, because I mean, that's just me.
Yeah, that was one thing that I had to train myself at a very young age to do. Is, I mean, like you said, sweet spot following through. Every kicker's different, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. My thing was always like, I've got to look at my plant foot, because if I don't, then I'm going to go inside too much.
Yeah.
And then I'm even going to chip in it, and it's not going to go in. So I was always looking, even at college, especially when I got to JSU, it was looking at my plant foot, and it's the last second I look at the ball to make sure that I hit it on the right spot. So they told me that you recently made the progression this year to punting. Mm-hmm. Just walk me through that. Like, how has that been going for you?
The beginning of the season, I started like being a little iffy.
Right.
But then this last game, I averaged 45 yards a punt. So I mean, that was
can't complain with that.
I opposite 34, and I put it on the one. So I was like happy about that, and just push myself to get better every day. I also trained today with Tyler Stovall, so I mean, I was hitting about 40 consistently.
Nice little name drop right there, little bomb right there. Love that, you know, always a good time.
He helps me a lot.
Yeah, I hear you.
I gotta throw him in there somewhere.
So was it kind of difficult as far as like having to learn like your drops and your steps and everything like that? Because when I was kicking my junior year, I tried to do the whole punting thing, and first off, I'm right-handed and left-footed, so it was hard for me to kind of get my left hand in there, but the drops and everything like that was really difficult. Like, was it just a...
I mean, it's a learning process, because, like, that's the same thing for me. One thing I do, you know how kickers, like, rap a lot? That's one thing about punting. When I go, I'll rap.
You want to rap? It's a little difficult. You almost want to pop up.
You want to swing through it instead of
exactly
crossing. That's one problem I do sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm still, it's like I said, first year really putting myself into it, and I think I'm doing pretty good.
That's awesome. All right, so... hour before kickoff, what you listening to? Give me a little pregame playlist for you.
I mean, I'm gonna have to listen to some like Lil Baby and stuff.
Okay.
Because I can't listen to country music. That's just me.
No, man, it don't get me hyped.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I have to be hyped up and stuff like that.
I'm the same way. I don't know if you have anything like this. I had a teammate that listened to straight up gospel music before a game, and I'm like, dude, you are insane. Because I don't know how you're getting hyped. He was a linebacker too. How are you getting hyped up?
I mean, God does put you through a lot of thoughts and stuff, and He helps you a lot. So
there you go.
I can see that.
So Nike, Adidas, or Under Armour? Because you know everybody's got their preference.
I would say Nike though.
Nike?
Even though I love Under Armour, I love Nike.
Is it because your mom had to drive to Atlanta and get you the kangaroo cleats?
Probably. I mean, and they're comfortable, and they make Jordans and stuff, and I just like wearing Nike.
Absolutely. So you get a little dripped out or anything like that for the games? No.
I don't want to do anything like that. I don't want to be flashy.
I respect it.
The only thing I do is wear a long sleeve shirt and about compression pants.
All right.
Good.
I respect it. Well, yeah, this has been really cool actually. I've really enjoyed this, man. You, as far as somebody who has seen a lot of kickers and known a lot of kickers, I'm talking about NFL, college, like the mindset you have right now at a young age is just outstanding. Like it really is. You really don't see that from a lot of people. So my best advice to you, man, is just keep grinding, bro. Just keep grinding and just ball out for the brand real quick for us. You know what I'm saying? That is awesome.